So, speaking to Shane Hughes in the Royal Dart Yacht Club, after 3 days of racing the J70. Shane, give us your impressions. Tell us about the passage race.
Passage race, we had a bit of a baptism of fire. We did the race from Torquay to Dartmouth, actually Brixham to Dartmouth, in about 25 knots. So yeah, a bit nervous to start with as we were heading around the first sort of headland. But,
And that was on the nose. It was a
beach. Beating all the way. But the boat stood up to it really well. Pretty impressed with the amount of stability and the difference in stability compared to maybe a J80. And even the SB3s or those sort of types of boats, I thought the boat felt really stiff, and it didn't require everyone hiking sort of excessively to keep the boat tracking along nicely. So no, really impressed with that to start with. Obviously a carbon rig and quite a stiff rig. It sort of reacts really quite nicely to some backstay and bang tension, and the boat was very well mannered. So yeah.
And then you punched in a third place, only beaten by two 40-footers, and beat all the other 25, 30, 35-footers. Is that right?
Yeah, I think actually, I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know that until today that we'd come third. I mean, on the water, I thought we'd done pretty well. We'd gotten in short, in fairness, out of maybe some of the bigger waves, but no, the boat went very nicely, and pretty impressed with that. Yeah.
Okay, Dartmouth week then. So you've done 4 races, 4 bullets. You must be extremely pleased with that. Tell us how that's worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the boat, as soon as you 12 knots, it feels really early to get up planing. For any sort of keel boat, I think it certainly feels like it lights up pretty early. Again, the extra sort of stiffness, it just feels slightly stiffer than some of the other sports boats, the smaller sports boats I've sailed, and that's nice because you can push the boat pretty hard, and it's pretty well mannered downwind, so it doesn't feel like you're really on the limit. But the boat, in 12 knots we were fully lit up, and unfortunately for the J80s, we're sort of lining up quite a lot earlier than them, and we're a lot faster downwind at the moment.
So yeah, you got a much better sail area to displacement ratio than those boats. You're also racing 1720s, SB3s, and you've had line honours a couple of times, haven't you?
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4 you've had line honours, and 4 out of 4 handicap wins.
Yeah, I think, in fairness, the first race today, it was a bit lighter, and I think the J80s will even up in the lighter stuff. I think when we can't plane, it will be a lot closer, but I think as soon as we can plane...
But you didn't plane in this morning's race, did you?
First run, sort of second half of it we did.
Okay.
But the first half was pretty hard because I think we weren't in that full soak mode. We weren't quite sure which mode to sail it, and I think it was pretty even, but I think as soon as we got our bow up...
All right, well, that's great. Keep it up for the next 2 days. Thanks very much.